Yeah, we good. That's the one. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushua Ba'ashem Ukakadash.
Yeah, that's all praise to the Heavenly Father. His true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh. So like his true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. We really call Jesus Christ. We want to give double honor to our beloved Apostle, who's a great millstone, Charles Truth and rule well. And with the brothers, the great millstone Dallas Camp are coming back this evening, okay, with another Saturday class. And as you can say, as you can read the title, it says using this liberty to offer the right sacrifice. If using this liberty to offer the right sacrifice, and pretty much the crux of this lesson comes from the inspiration of the book of Galatians, the 5th chapter, and we'll get into it. But first, we want to grab a few opening scriptures before we go into Galatians 5th chapter, touching into the fruits of the Spirit, in contrary to the works of the flesh. See, because ultimately Yahweh Shema Shai has called us, okay, into, as a matter of fact, we get Colossians 3, and I believe it's verse 15 first. As our beloved elders say all the time, okay, we've been called into something much bigger than ourselves. See, because this world has pretty much taught us that it's all about us. We live in a very narcissistic, hedonist atmosphere. Okay, as we're living here behind enemy lines, in the kingdom of Esau, Edom. But now, as part of us, putting on a new man, we see that it is much bigger than us. We're coming back to a heritage. We're coming back to ultimately the body of Yahweh Shah. So anybody got that scripture?
Yep. So Colossians chapter 3 and verse 15, it says, "And let the peace of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai rule in your hearts."
And peace comes from what? Knowing the future. See, what Yahweh told us in John 14:27, he says, I'm leaving a gift behind, which is the peace that I give, which no man can give. So that's the peace that rules in our hearts. Okay, understanding, our power, and everything that he's called us into. You got it, brother.
Colossians chapter 3 and verse 15, it says, "And let the peace of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai rule in your hearts."
Yeah, rule in your lives. Yeah, we're not allowing the darkness, okay, the obscurity of this world rule in our minds anymore. Have dominion, okay, over our thoughts. See, we have the scriptures, okay, and these promises, ruling in our lives, ruling in our minds. Okay?
To the which also ye are called in one body, and be ye thankful.
Right. So, our elders say, man, and just be glad to be here. Be thankful. See? Go ahead.
God, it says, the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
Right. That's why Scripture says that there's going to be no remembrance of the things. Once Yahweh Shema brings forth this paradigm shift here upon the earth, there's going to be no remembrance of, this side. How the Edomite way of life, Edomite way of existence. Was pretty much a predominant, influence here upon the earth. No, man, we're going to be concerned about righteousness, pushing forth and hastening righteousness upon the earth. But
God, verse 11, it says,
here's the point right here.
God says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved.
So seeing then, and we're seeing it through our mind's eye, all right, through the lens of prophecy. So seeing that all these things are going to be dissolved, go ahead.
What manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
Right. What manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness, man? And this right here, before we go into Galatians 5th chapter, I want to grab Genesis 5:24, because it says, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness? You see, so basically, as we see, prophecy popping off, okay, you have these insurrections, you have, basically just global insurrections, man. The collapse of, this current economy, Babylon the Great, wars, rumors of wars, everything that Yahweh Shah said that will be taking place. As we see all these things, we're looking at the hope of the elect. This should make us want to be more on point, okay, with our relationship towards Yahweh Shah. And the way we become more on point in our relationship towards the Lord, okay, is direct reflection on how we are with the body that we've been called into. Go ahead, bro.
Genesis.
Genesis, yeah,
This is Genesis chapter 5 and verse 24. It says, and Enoch walked with the Most High.
Right, and Enoch walked with the Most High, which we go into it all the time. Enoch is Hanak in the Hebrew, which means what? Dedicated. All right, the Lord dedicated Enoch, okay, likened to his first fruits, and also Enoch was dedicated unto the ways of Yahweh Shema Shah. Which, check this. Okay, now, was there a codified, written down law that Enoch was looking at and trying to check off to, no. So what was the law? How did Enoch basically follow the Lord? Through the Spirit, man. He displayed the fruits of the Spirit. All right, that's what the sons of the Most High, okay, will be doing in these times, man. Can you read that one more time? And we'll hit that word, walk.
God. Genesis chapter 5 and 24 again, it says, and Enoch walked with the Most High, and he was not, for the Most High took him.
Yeah, it wasn't mean he was not, meaning he wasn't found anymore, okay, upon the earth. Why? Because the Lord beamed him up in the you see? And that's pretty much the same flight. That's exactly, not pretty much, that's the exact flight that we desire to have. You see? But there comes with the way on how we're supposed to conduct ourselves, okay, amongst these people in the world and amongst our fellow, brothers in there. Right? So the brothers got to get this word walk real quick in the Hebrew.
That word walk is Strong's H1980, halak. All right, halak. It says to go, walk, come. It says to go, walk, come, depart, proceed, move, go away.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says to die.
You just say something, manner of life.
Yep, right there, manner of life.
Yeah, manner of life.
It says live, manner of life.
See? Exactly what we just linked up. That's what we were linking up with 2 Peter 3 and 11. It says, persons ought you to be. See? So the same, mannerisms that we have, it's the same mannerisms, Enoch displayed, man. You see? Walking with Yahweh Shema Shah. Now, can you just hit you could highlight that word, Bob,
it's time for a change. You know what I'm saying? That's ultimately what we tell our people. You know, that things are ramping up, and this is all prophetic according to the scriptures. That's why it's time to make that change within yourself, because hey, things are coming down the pipe, and it's going to be a point where it's too late, all right, for a majority of our people.
Right, right. And I'm glad you just said that, because ultimately it's going to take the Spirit to bring forth those manners. That's why we're about to go into Galatians 5th chapter, speaking about the fruits of the Spirit. Fruits declare what type of tree you are. You see, so you will know if an individual has the Holy Spirit upon them based off of the fruits, based off the manners, okay, that exude from their lives, based off the way they treat their occupants, okay, based off the way they have, you know, their, interactions within the world. See, so you got whatever you about to get.
We were in Genesis 25 and 24 and grabbed that word walk, and then you know, it talked about the manner of life. We're looking up that word manner just on a Google definition. It says a way in which a thing is done or happens.
Right, a way in which the thing is done. You see, and that's what our people get offended by, man. Telling them, no, you're supposed to do it like this. You're supposed to do it like this. You know, see, but that scripture says there's a generation that's cleaning their own eyes. You can't tell these niggas nothing, man. You see, and we ourselves, we had to be corrected. We're still being corrected every day. You know, how many times, you know, the apostle, because we, you know, we're blessed to have, you know, one of the heads down here, Apostle Ricardo. How many times he tell us, you know, brothers, no, man, this ain't how you do it. You know, one of the elders, or even you know, your fellow brother, man. Nah, man, that was right. You know, the way he said that, the way he did that. Hey, it's all good, man. You're not supposed to get offended. Why? Because we're learning the manners of the Lord. Okay, we're trying to get, you know, those fruits of the Spirit, you know, inborn inside of us. You see, because if we're found barren, lacking any fruit, when Yahushua comes, that same curse that he put up on that fig tree, when you read that account in the Gospels, man, he says, curse, you no longer are going to, you know, produce any fruit, so it dried up and withered, man. That's going to be good for nothing but the fire, man. You got it.
The second definition for that word manner says a person's outward bearing or way of behaving toward others.
That's it, man. So behavior. And that's, man, we got a lot of, you know, great scriptures, great examples in the scriptures, you know, of holy men, you know, on, you know, how they're supposed to behave according to the guidelines and standards of the Lord. Like even King David, I believe it's Psalms 101. Brother can grab it. Psalms 101. Just real quick, then we're gonna go ahead and get in that Galatians. This is Psalms. Let me find it.
First two verses. Says I will behave myself wisely.
Yeah, just a little more on this. It says fashion. You know, that's a synonym for the word manner. You know, the scripture talks about the fashion of this world passes away. You know, there's so many good words though. Means, a method, a system. These are all synonyms for the word manner. Style, approach, technique.
Yeah, it's a technique. It's a system to this truth, man. You know, because the body. You see, just like within your body, you have different systems. You got the organ system, the lymphatic system, central nervous system, but it all makes up that one body. So, you know, this truth is simple, but it's very dynamic at the same time. You know, and you catch on to those different nuances and the dynamics of it by continually to show up every day, be active and participating in it every day. Then the Lord will sup with you more and more, and you produce what? More and more fruits, which would be a testimony a testimony that you are indeed a disciple of the Lord. If brother can hold John 15:8, but that's pretty much it on that definition. We'll grab this and we're gonna get into the crux of the lesson.
Kind of, if I may too, there's a saying in like the world, in like the sports world, you know, any competitive game, like technique beats talent. Like technique and diligence, you know, beats talent every day of the week. A lot of niggas be having talent, but they don't have any discipline. Or they don't have any technique, like the brother said, method. You know, there's a certain way that we're learning that's better. You know.
Yeah.
But this is Psalms 1.
Like if I can, because like even when you know brothers, you know, have spiritual speakings like on the highway, the byway, or even do like you know spiritual speaking, you know, open forums in the lessons. There's still a technique with it, even though it's more of like you know like songs kind of freestyling it, but there's still a technique. That technique comes through the Holy Spirit, man. Because of what? The Lord, he's not the author of confusion. Everything is still done with the structure.
Yep. Psalms 101 and verse 2, It says, I will behave myself wisely.
Right. So this is Psalm of David. He says, I will behave myself or have the proper manners, okay, that the Lord is looking for. So he says, I'll behave myself wisely. Go ahead.
Psalms 101 and 2, it says, I will behave myself wisely in a perfect way. Oh, when wilt thou come unto me? I will walk within my house with a perfect heart. You know, just laying back on what the brother said. All right, I will behave myself wisely, which really that is, you know, makes me think about the fear of the Lord. Fear of the Lord, when applied, you know, makes you automatically move wisely, man. You know, because you're careful about the things that you're doing and the things that you're saying, you know, which is something that niggas lack. Niggas have no type of reverence. They have no type of fear for anything, for nature, for other people, for, you know, definitely not Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But that's about to change drastically with the things the Lord is about to do on the planet Earth.
Absolutely. When people see you, when people see us, you know, Lord willing, you know, the Lord keep His spirit upon us. But no doubt that Yahweh Shem Yahushua deal with all of His brothers. You know, that's something, that's a confidence that all of us gotta have. You know, Apostle Paul said, hey, brothers, y'all gotta, y'all gotta, believe in yourselves and know that the Lord is with you. You know, but I'm saying all that to say, you know, we behave ourselves, you know, after the manners of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That puts intimidation inside of these people, man. You know, I got a quick scripture to prove that. This is 1 Samuel 18 and verse 14. And it says, and David behaved himself wisely in all his ways, and the Lord was with him. Wherefore, when Saul saw that he behaved himself very wisely, he was afraid of him. You see? So you best believe that the house of Saul is looking at the house of David in these times, seeing how they conduct themselves. Okay, and this is why you got these reprobate Israelites, man, that know that the Israelites, okay, you know, basically bucking up against, you know, the men of the Lord. You see? Why? Because they have the same spirit as Cain, you know, because they sacrificed ain't pleasing the Lord. You see, but they want to kill their brother, okay, because why? Their brother is actually giving to the Lord what the Lord is calling for. You see, and once again, that sacrifice that the Lord is looking for isn't anything physical. It has everything to do with our behavior. See, so and this doctrine is coming out. So yeah, with all that being said, we're going to get into Galatians, the 5th chapter, and we just flow through the Spirit.
Cool. John 15.
Oh yeah, John 15 and 8. Yeah, the water. Real quick.
John chapter 15 and verse 8. It says, herein, and this is red letter, this is my second speaking. It says, herein is my Father glorified, that ye bear much fruit.
And this is our, hey man, this is the reason why the Lord called us into this ministry. Okay, not for self-glorification, but simply for the glory of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. If you're in this truth for anything less or more than that, okay, well, the Lord's going to get you out in due time. See, we're in this thing to glorify our power, man, glorify our Maker. Can you read it one more time?
John 15 and 8 again, it says, herein is my Father glorified, that ye bear much fruit.
Yeah, that you bear much fruit. And what's that fruit He's looking for? The fruits of the Spirit, which we're about to go into. So
it says, so shall you be my disciples.
Ooh, so shall you be my disciples, man. So if you're not bearing those fruits of the Spirit, you're none of His. No, you're none of His, man. Means what? You're a part of the world. You're a part of a whole nother different branch, another vine. And that's why the Lord said in Deuteronomy 32, for my people, they have the vine of Sodom. You know, because you either attached to one or two vines, either Yahushua or the vine of Sodom, aka America. See, and your fruit. Gotta get one more. Sirach 27, I believe, in like verse 5 to verse 6.
This is Sirach chapter 27, verse 6. It says, the fruit declareth if the tree have been dressed. Says, so is the utterance of a conceit in the heart of man.
Right. It said the fruit declared. Okay, declare means to pretty much, speak of something. Tell what something is. And Yahushua said the same thing. Matthew 7 chapter, you shall know a tree by the fruit it produces. You see? So you'll be able to know if an individual is being cultivated by Yahweh Shem Yahushua by the type of fruits that they're producing. Do they have that agape love towards their brothers? Or are they in this truth so-called, but they still niggas, man. Okay, you see, not having any type of interest on actually, you know, changing their behavior. You see, they still, you know, still getting you know, faded every fucking day, man. You know, when I'm talking about faded, I'm talking about drunk, you know, sloppy drunk. You know, or do they have any hate in their hearts toward their brothers? You know, still have the same dull ass conversation, spiritless conversations, man. You know, so but these are all things that the Lord is purging out of us. So we'll go ahead and get that in Galatians 5th chapter.
God, this is Galatians chapter 5 and verse 1. It says, "Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty wherewith Mashiach has made us free."
Right. Another word for liberty is what? Grace. See, that's what we've been called into. And that's basically what Paul is going into, really the whole book of Galatians. And really all his epistles, you know, in a nutshell, you know, preaching, you know, the grace that has come up upon us by Yahushua. You know, how we're no longer being held, you know, by every technicality, every jot and tittle of the law, at least as it pertains to this season that we're in right now. As we have, you know, the access to, you know, to come up underneath Yahushua and be delivered from this second death. You see? So, you know, we should be, you know, standing fast in this grace period, man. Producing those fruits that the Lord is looking for. Because here in this context, you had a lot of wicked jakes, you know, the circumcision frustrating, you know, the Israelite influence that was, you know, being enlightened of the truth of the gospel. You see, of Yahushua, you know. And Paul was trying to, you know, basically exhort them, like, listen, man, don't get entangled back into the bondage of the law. See, stand fast in his liberty, stand fast in his grace that the Lord has called you into, okay, and you know, follow the Spirit, just like Enoch. That's why we brought out Enoch at first, because Enoch, he wasn't looking at no codified law, you see, to try to figure out, damn, what I need to do, you know. No, Enoch, when Scripture says he walked with the Most High, meaning he was walking in the Spirit, which, you know, we're commanded to do the same thing. You got it.
Continuing on, it says, "And be not,"
Can you start
from the top. Galatians chapter 5 and verse 1 from the top. It says, "Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty wherewith Hamashiach hath made us free, and be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage."
Right, and that yoke of bondage he's making a reference to is speaking about, okay, that first covenant standards, man. See? Now, we still, you know, keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, but as it pertains to try to, you know, keeping them, you know, in order to be saved, but we understand that that's null and void, man. We can't do that, not in these bodies, you see? But what the Lord does command us and expect us to have, okay, is the fruits of the Spirit, man. You see? So, with all that being said, now let's skip down to verse 13.
Galatians chapter 5 and verse 13, it says, "For brethren, ye have been called unto liberty, only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another."
Right. So don't allow the grace period that the Lord's called us into, okay, to become bigger niggas, man. Okay. Don't allow, you know, don't give any occasion to the flesh. You see, and giving it a license to sin because we're under grace. Which you had, you know, that's pretty much what the Christian church does, man.
Yep.
You see, you know, that's what they stand on. We not under the law, we under grace. So now they can eat pork. Jesus died for my sins, so I can eat pork. You know, none of that matters anymore. You see, but that's what Paul is wanting, okay, us not to do. Don't use this liberty for an occasion to the flesh. You see, we see a lot of Israelites actually doing it, man. Like you got that one, you know, obese nigga that's on dialysis, you know, this past Thanksgiving last year, you know, he said, "It's your house shot there. Look at the pork spread." You see, but yet he had fringes on. See, so you have two extremes. You have individuals like that, and you have individuals that try to tie you and bog you down with the law, statutes, and commandments, man. But see, the Lord is looking for that perfect balance, and that perfect balance is walking in the Spirit. You got it, bro.
Continuing on, verse 1.
Anything?
Yeah, I had something.
Yeah, you got it.
So Sirach chapter
Anybody got anything?
Sirach 21 and 1, and I'll read the first 3 verses. It says, "My son, hast thou sinned? Do so no more. but ask pardon for thy former sins. Flee from sin as from the face of a serpent, for if thou comest too near it, it will bite thee. Just laying back on the point that's being made. You know, yes, we've been given liberty. Yes, Yahweh Shah, all right, fulfilled his duties as being that, you know, lamb without spot, all right, being that perfect sacrifice. But as the brother said, we still walking in the spirit. And the scriptures talk about how when you walk according to the spirit, right, the whole point of it is so that you don't do the works of the flesh. You know, I forget what precept that is. I believe it's in Romans. Walk in the spirit and you shall not perform the works of the flesh. Roughly paraphrasing.
Yeah, Romans 8.
Romans 8. You know, so again, we've gone from, like we were talking about in the lesson earlier, this truth now is like an AP course. It's not like, you know, when you in class and you in the regular class and you got the AP class. We've now entered, when you enter this truth, you entered the AP course. So you're not supposed to be thinking like that. You know, that's going backwards, really. You know what I mean?
That's a low level.
It's a low level.
You know, and with us being entered into this class, as you were saying, you know, everything else really doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it shows itself to be nothing important.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, because basically, you reading, we're in Galatians now, but when you read Galatians, the 4th chapter, likens the law as into a schoolmaster, which is basically what a tutor. See? So, but now, okay, as Yahweh Shah, you know, commits the sacrifice, now he sent down gifts for us, and gave us, the spirit, okay, the comforter. Okay, now he's like you said, he put us in that AP, he enrolled us in that AP class. See, now we ain't looking at no codified law, you know, we got the tutor in our ear. No, man, we got the Holy Spirit suffering with us. There's particular things and expectations that the Lord, you know, is looking for that's not necessarily going to be said verbally.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like case in point, like beloved Elder Bond in Dallas, he says all the time, man, brother gotta learn how to read the room.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what is that? It's called walking in the spirit, flowing in the spirit, man, reading the room. You see, feeling the vibration, filling out the, you know, the temperament in the room, man. You see, and that's how you want your woman to be, man. You know, as we're the Lord's woman. You know, like you don't want to have fucking sticky notes everywhere in the house and tell your woman, wash the dishes at this time, vacuum the carpet at this time, you know, clean the bathroom. No, you want her to just fucking know. You want her to walk in your vibration, man, just know, okay, what you expect. So that's basically in a nutshell what walking in the spirit is like.
Can I get a definition for you? And I'll get right back. It's the definition of a situational awareness.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because that's a soft skill, you know what I mean, that we've been learning through the spirit. Like the brother said, it says situational awareness or situation awareness is the understanding of one's environment, its elements, and how it changes with respect to time or other factors.
And if you don't have situational awareness, okay, that's ultimately going to equal death.
Yep.
Why? Because I can speak from firsthand experience, you know, as I used to be on the fire department. That was actually a term that we had to, know when we were studying, at the fire academy. Like, we had that in the textbook, like exact definition of situational awareness. Because when you enter a structure that's on fire, okay, yeah, like the first initial 30 seconds, you may think, okay, the building is stabilized, you still have the rafters in place, but at literally a drop of a dime, if you're not being aware of your situation or your surroundings, well, then you're gonna be asked out. You're gonna be either burnt up or the roof gonna collapse on you, man. You see, so as far as we're in the Lord's house, we have to have the situational awareness, read the room, And basically, this is why the chief priority upon our minds, okay, is the fear of the Lord, man. You see, when you fear the Lord, man, because we know that the Lord is gonna come with wrath. You see, so what the hell we look like, okay, in the spirit of jolly, in the spirit of mirth all the time. You see, that's not, you got the spirit all messed up, man. Now, there are moments where we do, kick our feet up, enjoy each other, have fun, whatever. Yeah. But the overall sentiment of this thing is a very solid one. You got it, bro.
Yeah, there's just one more sentence. It says situational awareness is important for effective decision making in many different environments. And that's what the Lord is raising up. He's raising up judges. Judges are good at basically analyzing situations and making the proper decision based off of the context, based off of the situation, you know, the environment, the circumstance, you know. So I mean, that's it, you know.
You gotta look at King David, okay, when he ran to the king of who was that? The king of not Gad, that one king that it's in 1 Samuel. We ain't got to get it, but nonetheless, when he was playing crazy, you know, when Saul, you know, sent his men, you know, to come, you know, hunt for David's life, you know, or David and king. I'm not sure exactly what clan he was from. But nonetheless, you know, King David, you know, he had acting like he was crazy. He had spittle on his beard, you know, acting like, you know, he didn't know what's going on, just acting like a madman. But why was he doing that? Because he read the room. He was like, man, if I don't act like I'm crazy, well, they're gonna kill me. He had that situational awareness, aka moving in the spirit, walking in the spirit, man. See? Yeah. Okay, what? Yep.
I was gonna say Sakari would call that weak.
Right.
Sakari would look at that as weak. That's wisdom. That's being prudent. You know, going into the situational awareness. You know what I'm saying?
If I may say, because in this society, Esau has pretty much demanded critical thinking skills. You know, and critical thinking skills were the skills that assisted you in knowing what position you are in, right? Let alone everybody's around you. Same thing, right? So with that word being brought out, you know, that's a benefit for us in this truth. Because in sake of trouble, we'll see shit before it comes down.
Right.
But a righteous man seeth the evil and hides himself.
Right.
Right. So, you know, so look at it as a stepping stone to increase, you know.
Yeah. Defense mechanism.
Yeah.
Wisdom is a defense.
Yeah, wisdom is a defense.
You know, like brothers have been just coming out more. We're gonna keep pushing it. Really, there's nobody in better case or situation than the men of the Lord, those within the brotherhood. We're in prime. The Lord got us in prime position, man. Yeah. You know, we have the faculties, the situational awareness, the you know, brothers got the understanding of plants and, you know, basic things, how to light fire. Like, you know, the Lord has got us. Yeah. And then on top of that, the angels. Yeah. You know, so brothers should be confident, you know, in what Yahweh Shem Yahushua has created in the form of this brotherhood. You know.
I mean, and too, like you brought up that term critical thinking skills. You know, it's like that word critical. You get the word critic within it, and that's what the Lord has been raising up. Judges, somebody that's able to judge something else, a situation, judge someone else, but also judge themselves. I had a precept. So 2 Ezra 8 and 55, it says, and therefore I asked thou no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish. You know, because we're not going to be, you know, we already know what was the judgment that's about to come, and how it's going to affect 2/3 of our people and the rest of the heathen nations too. Verse 56, it says, for when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High, thought scorn of his law, and forsook his ways. Moreover, they have trodden down his righteousness. And I know the brother's going to get back to the Galatians 5, but that ties right in. You know, they have taken liberty. A lot of people have taken liberty to use the ways of the flesh, you know, to try to heap unto them, you know, pretty much things on this side. But we can judge the time and the season with our critical thinking skills, the wisdom that the Lord has given us to understand what's important and necessary in these times.
Hey, and since you in the 2 Ezra, because I had 2 Ezra 9, can you get 2 Ezra 9 and 10 down to like verse 11?
So 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 10. It says, for such as in their life have received benefits and not known.
Now, what ultimately these benefits, man? Okay, this word going out. See? This word going out and the grace period. Go ahead.
It says, verse 11, it says, and they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty.
Yeah, while they had yet liberty. Once again, what's the title of this lesson? It's using
using this liberty to make the right sacrifice.
Right, using this liberty to make the right sacrifice. You see? So you have two extremes going on. You have the elect doing what they're supposed to be doing, using this grace period wisely, okay, to offer up this right sacrifices to Yahweh Shema Shai, just like Enoch did. And just like in the time of Enoch, you had the other sons of God living too. Same thing was playing out, man. You see, like you have the massive amounts of our people, okay, they're despising his liberty. Go ahead.
Yeah. If I can add too, because like you see, even on small scales, right? Like when people go march and try to gather liberty, they always use it in wickedness. For instance, women's rights liberation. Right? Women wanted to go and march for liberty. You see what the fuck is happening. Now you got OnlyFans, you know. Now you got all this kind of abominable things. It's only a few that actually stick to the liberty that they have, use it to their advantage and actually do something with it. The majority of the people, they use it to, for their lust.
Yep. Go ahead.
It says, 2 Ezra 9 and 11, or I'm going to read verse 10 again. It says, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known, and they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it.
Yeah, so Jake don't understand what's going on right now. See, this is why you got that YOLO spirit, the hedonist spirit, you know. Why? Ecclesiastes 8:11. Because sentence against the evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the hearts of the sons of men are fully setting them to do evil. Go ahead.
It says, the same must know it after death by pain.
Yeah, so they're going to have to know it after death by pain. So let's get back in that Galatians 5th chapter. There's a few words we're going to go into.
Okay, I got you. This
You
is
start verse 13 again.
Okay, I got you. This is Galatians chapter 5 and verse 13.
Whatever precept you brothers got.
At verse 13, it says, for brethren, ye have been called unto liberty, only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another.
Right, so that's what this grace period, that's what this liberty is for. Okay, it's to serve one another, serve, okay, amongst this one body that the Lord has called us into. See? And Yahweh Shai showed us an example. He gave us an example on how we're supposed to be serving, serving him. We serve Yahweh Shai by ultimately serving the brothers. See, because Yahweh Shai, he's not here in the physical. He's not here in the flesh, to where we actually wash his feet, make him plates, take out his trash at his crib. No, man. How do we serve the Lord? Okay, by serving the men, okay, that he's privileged us to be around.
Yeah.
Can we grab John 13 and 16 real quick? Let's try to get through this and then we'll get precept at the end.
I got it. This is John chapter 13 and verse 16. It says, verily, verily, I say unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord, neither he that is sent greater than he that sent him.
What does 15 say?
John 13 and 15. It says, for I have given you an example.
There we go. So Yahweh said, I have given you an example. Because Jake, we're visual learners. You can talk to Jake till you blue in the face, but they're not going to, right. At your occupation. Right. You can talk to Jake till you blue in the face. Write it down on a whiteboard, chalkboard, print out, papers, give them, nuggets and bullets on what they should do, what they shouldn't do, but they're not going to really get it until they actually see it, man. Right. So Yahweh Shai was that example, okay, for the elect. Every man has own order to look unto in their mind's eye and to copy him.
Where there is no vision, the people perish. The Lord gave us actual himself. He gave, he demonstrated himself.
It takes that eyesight. And literally, you either have the eyesight or you don't. It's night and day, or black and white. Either the Lord has chosen you to, called you into this thing, or it's that simple.
Can you read that?
Keep going on John
15 one more time.
John chapter 13 and verse 15. It says, for I have given you an example that ye should do as I have done to you.
Right. That you should do as I have done to you, man. So that's why it's important to get those gospels, brothers. I know us brothers in here too, but another, just exhortation too. For us as well, but the listeners that's listening, getting those gospels really, look at Yahweh Shai's movements, amongst his men, and exactly how he moved, the things that he said, the type of temperament that he had. That's the same way we're supposed to be conducting ourselves. And anything outside of that, okay, we'll be infringing upon his standard. You got it, bro.
John chapter 13 and verse 16, it says, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord."
Man, who's the servant? We are, man. Okay? We weren't called to this truth to be served. Just like Yahweh Shah came the first time. He didn't come to be served. He came to serve. And he's the King of Kings. He knows, as a matter of fact, when you read earlier than that, as a matter of fact, let's get it. John 13, I believe it's like verse 3. Hey man, Yahweh Shah knew who he was. He knew his origins, the distant past. He knew his, he knew he was the Father, the only first and created, first and only begotten Son, the first created Spirit, man. So that goes to show you the type of humility he had. So who are we? Okay, just through down here, and we don't have that same type of spirit that Yahweh Shah had. Man, the servant's not greater than his Lord. You found it?
Yep. John chapter 13 and verse 1, and it goes through verse 4. I'll read down quickly. It says, "Now before the feast of the Passover, when Yahweh Shai knew that his hour was come, that he should depart out of this world unto the Father, having loved his own which were in the world, he loved them unto the end."
Now, this is right before Yahweh Shai was about to give up the ghost, man. This goes to show you the mindset he had before, he was about to, get up on that cross. How his mind entered to the house of mourning and what type of, fruits he was displaying. Okay, because in the same chapter, this is, where you find Yahweh Shai washing his disciples' feet.
Yeah.
So as we see that our hour is approaching, what type of temperament should we have, man? What should our attitudes be? Serving the body harder, man. Being more brotherly, being more affectionate towards the occupant. See, because we could go into these prophecies all day long, break down 2 Corinthians 15 and 16, Revelation 13. Okay, and look at all these things happening in the earth, hurricanes, but if you're not on point, okay, with serving the brothers, loving the Lord's men, well, he gonna keep you right here, man. You're not getting that shit. You got it, bro.
If I may, what's heavy about it is he was getting ready, like you said, what he was getting ready to do, you can't state how significant, through the Spirit, what he was getting ready to do. And even all that, and he still refused to make the moment about himself. You know what I mean? And, make it about himself. And, he still prioritized, serving, it's heavy.
Yeah. And I heard you brothers, read the David Bruce commentary for John 13, specifically the first few verses. He did a pretty good job,
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, like you said, Yahweh Shai, he didn't make this occasion about himself. Now, this is the chapter, 2 chapters right after, he healed Lazarus. I'm sorry, I'm conflating this with John, the 12th chapter. Mm-hmm. Nonetheless, it's still heavy because Yahweh, like you said, Yahweh Shai, he could have made this occasion about himself. Yeah, man, I'm about to get ghost.
Right.
And y'all need to serve me, wash my feet, and give me this, give me that. But no, man, like you said, man, beautifully. He put the emphasis upon and the focus upon his men,
Yeah, and I just meant to say that because sometimes when you catching hell through the Spirit, Satan to put that demon on you, that feel sorry for yourself demon, and Yahweh Shai ain't do that. You know what I mean? Yahweh Shai, was locked in, to the very end. Keep going.
Yeah,
John.
If I could say too, that's the same spirit that Paul had too. So that's how you know that there was a supplication. He was in prison. Mm-hmm. He was writing unto the apostles. He was like, "Man, look, I'm good. Make sure that y'all good." Mm-hmm. And that was something that through the walk of the disciples that was passed down. Even though we know he wasn't a disciple, but they learned from that experience on how to act, and that moved them to pass down into the church.
Those are the fruits of the Spirit,
right?
That leads us full circle, man. These are the fruits of the Spirit. Basically, a selflessness, man. And that's a prerequisite in order to be a disciple of Yahweh Shai. What he said, in order to be my disciple, you have to deny yourself. You go into that word deny, and it means to give up one's own interest.
Man.
You gotta be willing to drop everything at a dime, to go help a brother. As inconvenient as that may seem, like you may be in the middle of doing something, you may be in the middle of your woman, but if a brother needs you, hey man, that's the body. That's Yahweh Shai. He says, what you've done unto the least, you've done unto me. You know? You got it, bro.
John chapter 13 and verse 2, it says, and supper being ended, the devil having now put into the heart of Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, to betray him, Yahushua, knowing that the Father had given all things into his hands.
Right. That's just the point we want. So we read John 13 and 15, really, how Yahushua gave us an example of what we should do for our brothers, for his men. Washing, he showed the example of washing his feet, which that's like the lowest of the low, serving. But we're reading this. What verse is this?
Verse 3.
Yeah. Can you read that one more time?
John 13 and 3. It says, Yahushua, knowing that the Father had given all things into his hands, and that he was come from the Most High.
Right. So Yahushua, man, he came down, from the heavens and heavens, from his high and exalted estate, just to come down in simple bodies like us, yet without sin, knowing that everything has been committed to his hand by the Heavenly Father. But he didn't move like that. He moved as if he didn't own nothing. He moved as if, that's what Philippians the 2nd chapter is going into. See, was it on that?
There's one more verse.
Okay, you got it.
Verse 4, it says, he riseth from supper, and laid aside his garments, and took a towel, and girded himself.
Man, so he put himself in a position, to be a servant. See? You got it, bro.
God. Back in Galatians chapter 5, I'll just reread 13 again. It says, for brethren, ye have been called, ye have been called unto liberty, only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another.
Keep going.
For all the law is fulfilled in one word.
Check this out. It says, for all the law is fulfilled in one word. And the brother hold 2 Ezra 2 and 40 on that. Go ahead.
Continuing on, it says, even in this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Right. And the elect is going to fulfill that law. See, the elect is going to fulfill the law. Not by being perfect in every jot and tittle, but they're going to fulfill the law and ultimately, serving the body. And that's you showing your love towards the Lord. You got that?
Second Ezra chapter 2 and verse 40. Take thy number of Zion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white.
And who's it speaking about? The elect, starting with the 144,000. The prophet Ezra is receiving the same vision. Prophet John, received John in Revelation 14 and 1. Go ahead.
Which have fulfilled the law of the Lord.
Woo! See? So the elect, they're going to fulfill the law of the Lord. How? Just after reading Galatians, the 5th chapter. Can you read that again, brother? The dog.
Okay. Galatians chapter 5 and verse 14. It says, for all the law is fulfilled in one word. Even in this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Right. That's it. So that's how the elect are going to get beamed up out of America, out of Babylon the Great, and partake in the marriage supper of the Lamb, because they fulfilled the law, by loving the body that they were called into. Go ahead, out.
Verse 15, it says, but if ye bite and devour one another, take heed that ye be not consumed one of another.
Now, why was Paul writing this? Because you had the circumcision. They were pretty much trying to, put the Israelite foreigners, underneath the yoke of the law. But yet they were being niggas. They were fighting to devour one another. Basically meaning what they were just, what? Yeah, basically they were just being, niggas to each other, man. You see? So Paul's like, no, man, no. The Lord calls them to this grace period, to display the fruits of the Spirit. You see? Go ahead.
Verse 16, it says, this I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
Keep going.
For the flesh lusteth against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other. And
that's ultimately the position of the battle. 2 Ezra, 7 and 57. For this is the condition of the battle which man is born upon the earth shall fight. See, as we're in the flesh, and our flesh wants to do the complete opposite of what the Spirit wants us to do, that's the sacrifice right there. It's by denying ourselves, denying what our body feels like, denying what our mind is telling us, and put it on over. That's that advanced placement he was talking about. And the Holy Spirit, that's the advanced placement, man. The Holy Spirit inside of these vessels, man. you know, to where we had to fight against this flesh, deny ourselves. That's something that, you know, that really nobody else in the world is equipped for and built for. Only the elect is designed for that battle and to overcome. Go ahead, bro.
Kind. I'm just reading from the top again. Galatians chapter 5, verse 17. It said, "For the flesh lusts against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. But if ye be led of the spirit, ye are not under the law." Now
what does that mean? Is that what we just read in 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter, when it says, "Still take thy number, O Zion"? Okay, these are they which fulfilled the law. See, but hold up, I thought that we're not under the law. See, well, they fulfilled the law through, okay, that sacrifice of walking the spirit that the Lord was looking for. Not, you know, being perfect in every jot and tittle, okay, of the first covenant standards, man. Go ahead.
All right, verse 19. It says, "Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness."
Yeah, when you go into uncleanness, it's going into basically showing lack of sincerity. You know, can we grab what's that? 1 Thessalonians 2 and 3, real quick.
I got Thessalonians 2 and 3. This is for our exhortation was not of deceit, nor of uncleanness.
Yeah, our exhortation. What's the exhortation? The doctrine.
Right.
Okay. Our exhortation is not of uncleanness, go ahead.
Not of uncleanness, nor in guile.
Nor in guile. You see why? Because we're singing that new song.
Right.
Which there's no guile found in the elect's mouths, man. See, so anything outside of that, that's known as being unclean. See? Just like the other camps. They're unclean. And if you're unclean, that means what? You're outside the temple. Go ahead.
You mentioned unclean, like here speaking about Great Millstone, we don't exhort our brother to she got a man, it's all good, get with her, or we don't do those things of the world.
Or even like IUIC, they'll tell the man he got to get rid of his woman if she don't believe in the truth,
Right.
You know,
Right.
So that's unclean, bro. That's adultery. I always said if you put your woman away, okay, if she didn't commit adultery against you, you making her cause adultery, man. You see, that's not the fruits of the spirit. So that shows, man, it should be made manifest at this point. Okay, who got this? Yep, beautiful. Quote that earlier. It should be made manifest now. Okay, who has the Holy Spirit operating with them and who doesn't? Malachi the 3rd chapter. Then shall you discern and return between the righteous and the wicked, him that serveth the Most High, him that don't. Got it out.
I just want to grab about the uncleanness. G6 167, and it's akatharsia, and it says an immoral sense, impurity, lustful, luxurious, profligate living, of impure motives.
Yeah, of impure motives, as we stated earlier. You're not insincere. You're insincere in this thing. You're in it for the wrong motives. You wanna make a name for yourself, get the glory. You want to be the man. See, that's not the spirit that Yahweh Shah operated in. He knew he was the man, but he came as if he wasn't nobody. Man.
Took a towel and girded himself,
bro. That's heavy. Like we gotta put ourselves. Yahweh Shah put himself in a position to serve, bro. Like we may have to come back to John 13, bro. Yep. Like for real, like he knew where he came from. He knew that he's about to, come back and destroy this Edomite empire. He's going to be accompanied with the millions of angels in heaven. He's going to, put work up on this place. But he came the first time, man, to truly be that lamb, and to be led to the slaughter. And in the midst of it, be the greatest example of a servant. For us to follow, man. But let me lock it. Oh, you got it.
No, I was just saying, imagine being in a room, seeing that brother, their presence, like, bro. That'd be a sight to see. It's just a witness,
You got to lock that example.
Yeah.
So Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4, verse 12, it says, for the bewitching of haughtiness doeth obscure things that are honest, and the wondering of concupiscence. Okay, concupiscence. It says, or that's pretty much desire. Okay, it says, doeth undermine the simple mind. He being made perfect in a short time, which is that he it's alluding to Enoch, which we was going into earlier.
Which to break down the first scripture you just read, basically, can you read one more time?
I can read that. It says, for the bewitching of haughtiness, naughtiness, doeth obscure things that are honest, and the wandering of concupiscence doeth undermine the simple mind.
Basically, meaning people can't discern what the right thing is because they're enchanted by evil. They're beguiled by evil. And we see it all the time, man. That's why, they treat Yahweh Shai in the manner, they treated him. That's why people, as it's about to speak about Enoch, nobody could discern what type of man Enoch was because everybody, they had that gross darkness over them. So they couldn't discern what the right way looked like. But see, we have the example, man. So, hey, like the brother said earlier about that eye salve, you got to ultimately be given that eye salve to, to be enabled, okay, to discern what the right way is, what the example is to follow. You got it, bro.
Yeah, you could.
I was going to say, like, whenever you read the part you're reading, jump down to 16 and over.
I had that. We're not trying to get all of you, trying to get back at later, but
I had that word concupiscence. Says strong sexual desire of lust for education.
Yeah, people, they're caught up in their lust. That's what binds them. That's what controls them. Their lust to make a name, to try to show this image, preserve this image that they built up. When Yahweh Shai, he wasn't concerned about that, man. He wasn't concerned about how he came off. He wasn't concerned about lust. He didn't even deal with women, in that incarnation.
You understand the bigger picture, man. With the Lord walking the same step, we understand the big picture. Of course, we can't do it like Yahweh Shai in his flesh, but still,
we can strive for the mastery. We ain't gonna be the masters, but we can strive for it. But this is verse 13. It says, "He being made perfect in a short time," right? Which is alluding to Enoch. Fulfill a long time, which that's what we're doing right now. We're taking on instead, being fulfilled in this short time, this grace period, to fulfill everlasting life.
Yeah, it's about the quality of life and not the quantity of years. What you're doing with the short amount of time, aka this grace and liberty. Contrary wise, you got niggas that's so-called been in the truth for 30 years. You got, like these, these other camp heads, like IUIC and ISPK, but hey, if they're found not to be men of the Lord, well, you got brothers that's only gonna be found in the truth for like a year. You're gonna have that new fold that's gonna come in right 6 months, in the truth, but hey, it's quality of time over the quantity of time. It's like Enoch. Man. Enoch was just there for a little moment, and the Lord was so pleased with his sacrifice in that body. And he's like, all right, I got to take you up, man. You too good for this place.
Verse 14, it says, "For his soul pleased the Lord, therefore hasted he to take him away from among the wicked. This the people saw and understood it not, neither laid they up in their minds that his grace and his mercies with his saints, and that he had perspective to his children."
Yep. So yeah, let's hold that. Let's try to finish this because we go over an hour now. So let's get back into Galatians 5. I want to try to finish up the read.
Galatians chapter 5, verse 19, it says, "Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry."
And ultimately, all of these, traits and characteristics that is naming off is really all stem from idolatry. Go ahead.
It says witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulation.
Yeah, it says idolatry, witchcraft. Okay, we know, Jacob's a bunch of witches, man. The scripture says, rebellion is at the sin of witchcraft, and also, greediness, pharmakia. Jacob addicted to all these damn drugs, Jake selling drugs. See, these are all works of the flesh. All these things, and another thing, all these things that's listed off is basically black culture. That's how Esau, formulated and created black culture, man. When you watch that movie, they clone Tyrone. These are all things that, Tyrone was doing.
You the producer of that movie.
Oh, man.
You always go there.
Bro. Hey, man, we just, the other Mike Gallagher just put that video in the chat earlier today. Y'all brother seen it?
Death Man.
Yeah, the Death Man. And you peeped his name? Tyrone. Bro, like, damn, bro, you can't make it up.
The bewitching of naughtiness. Yeah, just read. That's that bewitching, that spell that's upon our people. You know, this disenchantment that's on our people, man.
It's cute. It's cute to be. It's black culture is cute to our people. You know, that's all. That's the standard of black people is hit your brother woman or smoke the blunt. You know, Jake being a rap video with the, you know, that's the first thing. The intro is him firing up a blunt. Then he'll go into mumble rap, going into enchanting or spells. This is all mumble rap is. They're casting spells on our people. That's crazy.
So yeah, let's get back into it. You can read verse 20 again.
Galatians chapter 5, verse 20 says, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance.
Variance, meaning that you just got to be that one nigga that's, you know, it's got to be different. You know, as Lord calls into the one body, and you know, everybody's making a decision. Hey, we're gonna eat here. You got to be that one nigga. You know, you're indifferent, man. You see, you got that spirit of variance on you. You just gotta say something. Just gotta, you know, stick out. You know, we gotta fit in. Scripture says that Jerusalem is a city compact, built together. You know, was it Ephesians 4 chapter, Ephesians 2nd chapter speaks about how we're all fitly framed. You know, so you gotta fit in. And if you don't fit in, well, in due process of time, the Lord gonna kick your ass out. You don't fit in. Yeah, this is you know, this is the cult that you gotta fit into, man. And the Apostle Paul, he didn't shy away from claiming and professing that he was a part of a cult. See, what that word cult just basically means a mode of worship, man. You see? Yeah, a mode of worship. You know, and what you're cultivated into to worship, man. See? You got it, bro.
God says emulation.
Emulations. Yeah, trying to be like this. Let's get that word emulation. You just type it in Google, type in emulate.
I got it.
In Google.
This is it says effort to.
It's another thing. Somebody can hold Ecclesiastes 4:4 in the NLT ball. But it's another thing that's prevalent in black culture, man. And not just black culture, but just American culture, Edomite culture in general, man. It's emulation. You got it, bro.
The definition of emulation. It says effort to match or surpass a person or achievement.
Right. So you got that spirit of trying to one up a brother, you know, or trying to be like a brother, man. Oh, the Lord called you to this one body. Yeah. Yeah, we're all the same when it comes to our mindset, okay, and our motives. But as far as the spirits that the Lord will create inside of us, we're all different. See, and that's the miracle. That's the miracle of this thing. The Lord called all these different spirits together just so we could, you know, but we're all, you know, fashioned with the same one mindset. You see, but you'll be going off, you trying to be like that man, or be like this man, or trying to one up this man. That's a wicked spirit, man.
It says typically by imitation.
See, typically by imitation. Now, what's the root of that? Envy, jealousy. But you got to watch out for niggas like that, man. You know, nigga trying to, you know, apostles, man, our apostles, you know, speak about their testimonies all the time, what they, you know, seen at the old school, man. You know, but you know, that spirit of, you know, emulation, you know, it's a derivative from, you know, envy, right?
Yep.
You know, and if you envy somebody, if you're jealous of somebody, that means that nigga basically want to do away with you, man. Yep. You know, that's why they ultimately put Yahweh on the cross. Matthew 27, brother can get that. Matthew 27 and 18. Yep. Okay, let me get that real quick. Somebody, Matthew 27 and 18.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 27, and verse 18. It says, I'm going to start at 17. It says, therefore, when they were gathered together, Pilate said unto them, whom will ye that I release unto you? Barabbas or Yahushua, which is called Hamashiach? For he knew that for envy they had delivered.
See? So that's why ultimately Jake, delivered Yahushua to be on the cross, man, because they was jealous of him. See? They were looking at Yahushua for this, you know, his earthly ministry when he was healing the folk, okay, healing the impotent, healing the lame, the blind, the weak, you know, and Jake, you know, they're like, man, we ain't got power like that. Oh, we got to stop this man, or everybody gonna believe on him. Yeah. You see? So it just got to a point to where once they had the occasion, okay, to deliver Yahushua up, you see, they did, but it was through envy. You see, and we're tracing what that envy leads into. It leads into emulation. You know, you try to one up a brother. You know, a brother makes a you know, it doesn't hell up sometimes, man. You know, just let the spirit move, man.
Just to say too, you know, because the old Apostle Carl talked about this, and you know, there's certain things, attributes you may pick up from a brother. You know,
just to make clarity. You know, you have teachers who have certain things that you may, mannerisms or certain stuff, you know what I mean? And that's fine. We're not saying, but ultimately when it goes into as far as teachers talking about, you know, actually envying someone, right? And trying to one up someone, to be like someone. You're going to pick up things from your teachers, right? Certain things that you know, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but the Lord is very specific and he's colorful. He likes variety. He likes things that are different, right? So as he said, we are one mind and one body. We all have different interests and we enjoy the differences within each other. That's what makes this thing beautiful, man. So yeah, just to back up, you know, you're going to pick up certain things from brothers or teachers, but ultimately you want to fulfill the lot that you were put in.
I was just going to say we all bring our own gift.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We all bring our own gift. And I was thinking about this because you had said something about it. There was I don't know if it was a post-game interview or whatever, but Aaron Gordon on the Nuggets, you know, he was pretty much talking about how he wants his teammates to win, and that inspires him. You know, and that's a mentality of a good teammate, somebody that knows that they're a certain role player. You know, whether they can spot up and hit the corner three after the pass out, or whether they're good at boxing out and opening up the lane, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? We all bring our own particular gift, and that's what makes the team and the unit thrive in its fullness. You know?
Can we get that Ecclesiastes real quick? Somebody got it?
I got it. You want to put one precept on that? Okay, because I had one going right into what y'all was going to, what the Spirit's going to. Sirach 7:4, it says, seek not of the Lord preeminence.
Why? Because the Lord got preeminence. See, Yahushua got preeminence. So if you're looking for preeminence, that means that you basically envying Yahushua, which we'll see how that pans out for you.
That word preeminence, a simple Google search, it says the fact of surpassing or passing up all others. Superiority.
You want to be on top. You want to look like the man. You want to be the man, bro. That's bro. Here we are, Babylon through, bro. We are absolutely through. We just found out just 5, 6, 7 years ago, however long it is, brother, been true. We just called ourselves black, you know, Americans, with Democrats, Republicans. But now that you find out you Israelite, now you want to be better than everybody that's in the truth, man. Chief priests. Yeah, no, bro. We got to put like the priest read John 13 earlier. We got to put, as the Lord calls us into this truth. Now we got to put ourselves in positions to serve, man. That's how you truly show gratitude to the Lord. That's ultimately how you love the Lord. See, that's the scripture in 1 John, the 3rd chapter. It says, for how can you say you love the Lord who you've never seen, but yet you hate your brother who you see every day? You know?
Hey, that's something that always happens even in the real world. Like me and the brother was talking about, you know, the James Harden's career and how he was way better on the Thunder when he was the sixth man, being hungry, trying to get playing time. I mean, not get playing time, but like
coming off the bench.
He didn't have nothing to really like try to do. Like he was just playing that role.
Himself.
Yeah, you know, and then, or even like musicians, they way better before they mainstream because then they actually make the music that they enjoy rather than trying to make stuff for other people. Right. You know, trying to fit into this box. You know. When you get that, when you get all them eyesights, man, you start to try to cater to that shit. You know, you start trying to cater to your audience, which that's not always like, bro, we in a straight gate, man. We got to make sure that we endure to the end. That's not going to be trying to have all eyes on you, man. That shit is demon. We don't want nobody to see us in these times.
But that was not Paul, but that was Saul's transgression. You know? Why? He was trying to please the people more than the Lord. The Lord told Saul exactly what to do. But what it said that he feared the people, you know. So that's a scary situation when you got all eyes on you. You got that seat of preeminence, you know.
Honestly, the Pharisees, too, you know.
Yeah,
you know.
It's hard to say too, because you seen that when they came into the city and the women was cheering. He was like, bro, you're a king. You mad at the women cheering for David? Yeah. And I mean they cheering for you too. Like, what are you mad at? You know, like you want that kind of glory. You're not a man of war.
Envy, bro.
Yeah. He was very envious, and that was one of the things that was pretty much the beginning of his downward spiral. Is that envy for David, which he tried to kill him, and you've seen that play out, and that shows you how deleterious envy is.
Well, what spirit does that ultimately go back to?
Okay. Yeah. And that's why we go into Galatians 5th chapter, because this pretty much highlights, you know, basically what the Lord is looking for. Like a lot of camps, I'm thinking of one particular Sakari, you know, all these camps, man, they're carnal, bro. Like they can't make the connection between the so-called New Testament and the Old Testament. Like when we read, things of the fruits of the Spirit, they're trying to, how does this tie it up? Like we're bringing out examples like Saul, David, and things like that. Well, the Lord was Enoch. That's what we open up with. The Lord was looking at something the whole time. Was their spirit like that?
Right.
What type of fruits are they displaying in the spirit? Right. So now all these things are made manifest in these last days through Yahweh Shai. So let's read that, and then we're gonna get that Ecclesiastes 4:4. We're gonna go back to play.
Sirach 7:4. Seek not of the Lord preeminence, neither of the king the seat of honor. Ecclesiastes 4:4 in the NLT. Then I observed that most people are motivated to success because they envy their neighbors.
See, that's American culture,
man.
See, that's why niggas want to have a Bugatti, get all his money.
That's heavy.
You see, get the best house, the baddest bride. You see, not really for themselves, but especially now. Okay, everybody got Instagram, Facebook. These women are worse. So these women are the absolute worst. They see what these other women got. Living. You see, and so they're motivated by envy. You see, they're not motivated to be the best version of themselves. They're motivated of envy because they got that one-up spirit. What's that? That one-up spirit leads into what? Okay, basically murder. See, like you said, it ties back to Cain. Cain was jealous because what? Abel offered up a better sacrifice, man. See?
What's a great example of that? Anton Daniels. Like nigga, he got a little Porsche and he wants to he shitted on the GMS Detroit camp. Pulled up in his car.
But that's the consolation, man.
Yeah, it's consolation.
That's his consolation.
Car. But he's a perfect example of car, bro. Wanting to do better. Because he's not shitting on Esau. Esau got the bag. He got more money. Esau has more money. He got the Porsche. He pulled up on the prophets and talking shit, looking down on the brothers. He's a perfect example of wanting to have success just as shit on his brother. That's what they call it, the crab in a barrel type of mindset. Yeah, hell no. We pretty much we're at the bottom, so you damn sure not gonna be the one that makes it out and it's successful. And that's the same mindset that nigga has. You know what I'm saying?
That's the works of the flesh.
He wanted to get rich just to do better than his brother. You know what I'm saying? Not to just be the best he can be or be better than the heathen. He wanted to get that bag just so he could just be a nigga in a Porsche, sophisticated, self-made ass niggas. So he's a perfect example of what this scripture is read. But I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna finish it out. Ecclesiastes 4, and
real quick. But that's the works of the flesh. That as we can, look at examples in the world, such as the Anton Daniels, these women, looking on Instagram, things of that nature. Well, that's what the Lord is warning us, okay, not to carry into His truth with, man. Because as we're still in this flesh, there's still particular superfluities that's inside of us. That shit gotta be purged out, man. And there's particular, thoughts and things that may come across our mind, but that shit gotta be mitigated right then and there. Yeah. That shit grows and festers. Eventually, it's gonna be seen, it's gonna be recognized. You're gonna be confronted by it from a brother. Eventually a higher up. And if you don't fix it, if you don't, do the particular necessary things, praying, fasting, okay, studying these demons off, well, the Lord's gonna do away with you because you're not fitting in at that.
Ecclesiastes 4:4 in the NLT. It says, then I observed that most people are motivated to success because they envy their neighbors. But this too is meaningless, like chasing the wind.
Right. So, once again, we can equate this to niggas in the world, but making it close to home. Okay, try to, be motivated to try to, basically, you see, okay, there's a lot of examples that come to mind, man. But basically, man, just be cool. Just be cool, bro. Follow Yahweh Shai. He's the example, man. Stay humble. Be meek, as it's about to go into, showing forth the fruits of the spirit of meekness, man. You got it, bro. Let's finish that out. Let's try to go ahead and get through it.
Continuing on, starting off at emulations. So emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies.
Yeah, heresies meaning what? You're preaching false doctrines, things that go against the standard. Go ahead.
Envyings, murders,
Yeah, and you may not be physically murdering a brother, but you do so, okay, in your heart. You know, Yahweh said, if you hate your brother in your heart, you're guilty of murder, man. Which that, once again, that same spirit residing in Cain. You know? So you may not do any type of physical harm to a brother, but if you have, you know, particular thoughts and you play on those thoughts, fuck this nigga, man, beat the shit out of him, you know? You know? It's a brother you talking about, bro. It's the same man that's on the highways and byways with you. Same man that got the same hope. Well, you know, you probably had the same hope as that man, but you know, like, bro, this is a man that's like, he could be a part of the elect. And you over here thinking evil in your heart, man. But this is one of those spirits I was with Yahweh Shah from the beginning. So what do you think the Lord gonna do to you, man?
You know, it says so murderers, drunkenness,
drunkenness, you know, spiritually and physically. You know, we're in the times to where there's particular things we could do, you know, a year ago, 2 years ago, you know, have one too many, you know, and it was, you know, Lord kind of winked at it, but now for the sake of time, looking at the times and seasons we in, this ain't the, bro, this is the worst time to just be drunk, especially when you out in public. What you do in your own house, that's you, okay? And scripture speak about, you know, the house that covers shame. You know, if you want to get drunk, okay, just do it in the property of your own home. But don't come around the body with that shit, man. Because that can, you know, that, hey, brothers feel trespassed against, man. You know, and also spiritually drunk, you know, being drunk with these other philosophies and ideologies, man. You see, which we see a lot of, the Lord is giving us all different types of examples right now. You see Jake now, okay, saying that Lord don't care if you take the MOTB, they're drunk. We have a particular camp that used to preach the names, now they're doing everything they can to deny the names, they're drunk. You see? You got it, bro.
Continuing on. So drunkenness, revelings.
Yeah, reveling, going into, you know, basically the feast of Bacchus, man. You know? Once again, all these things lead into idolatry. Satanism. Let's call it like it is.
Yeah.
Idolatry is really Satanism, bro.
Yeah.
You know, which, you know, Esau packages these things, you know, in a little pretty package with a bow, you know, but it's Satanism. Yeah. Either you're serving Yahweh Shema Shah or you're serving Satan, bro. Go ahead.
Okay. Continuing on, it says, "And such like of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High."
Man, so, bro, these are things that's important to check out. You know, and like scripture says to examine yourselves daily to see if you're in the faith. Okay, examine ourselves every day to see how we're measuring up to these things that we just read. If not, well, we're going to miss out on that first dominion, that first resurrection, man. Go ahead.
Verse 22. It says, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith."
See, and this sounds weak, you know, to the world. This sounds weak to a lot of other Israelites, man. But this is actually true strength. This is where the power comes from. See, because these are things that only the Holy Spirit can endow you with. See, and these are once again things that Yahweh Shah, the greatest example ever, showed us, man. He displayed for us, man. He displayed, okay, what true love looks like. See, serving the body. He displays what peace looks like. What did he say? John 4:27. This is my second time quoted today. You know, he says, "Peace I leave with." Can we grab it? You got to get it now.
You said John what?
14:27.
John chapter. As the world gives.
Yeah, not as the world gives, because this pseudo peace that the world gives, it leads into death. You see, it leads into you being a damn addict to something. Yeah. Addict to, you know, to crack, you know, alcohol, or, you know, pussy. You see? Yeah. No, we have divine peace, man, which comes from what? The testimony of our Lord Yahweh Shah, the spirit of prophecy. Sure. Knowing that this ain't the end all be all. Go ahead.
It says, "Not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your hearts be troubled, neither let it be afraid. Ye have heard how I said unto you, I go away and come."
Yeah, that's pretty much the point on that.
Oh, come.
Yep, the water. So yeah, We go back to that in Galatians 5.
God, this is Galatians chapter 5, and we're in verse 23 now. It says meekness.
Oh man, that's another lesson in of itself. You read Matthew the 5th chapter, you know, you get that word meek.
Yeah.
You know, man, I know we have a time crunch, but you get that word meek, you know, it's real heavy, man. Basically, you know, it's going to show that I got you got it.
Yeah.
I want to get it, man. I got it.
Get straight to it. Just reading it towards Yahweh Shai is that disposition of the spirit.
Can you call the Greek word?
God, matter of fact, I didn't even I took it in my notes.
Oh, okay, come on.
Yeah, but
can you read it real quick?
Yeah.
The verse, Matthew 5 and 5.
yeah. Let me grab it real quick. I got it. All right, yeah, grab it.
This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 5. It says, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth."
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That word meek is Strong's G4239. Praus. All right, praus, and you can read it.
God, it says, meekness toward Yahweh Shai is that disposition of the spirit in which we accept his dealings with us as good, and therefore,
Meaning your temperament in the spirit. You know, how does your spirit, you know, whenever the Lord is dealing with you up close and personal, when he's putting hell on your plate, you know, what you thinking towards the Lord? Go ahead.
but also towards the body, you know. Yep. And therefore, without disputing or resisting, in the Old Testament, meeks are those who wholly rely on Yahweh rather than their own strength to defend against injustice.
Yep. And, you know, one of the greatest examples, you know, I mean, there's a lot of examples, but just one example out of many that I can think of right now, King David. You know, when you had that wicked, you know, Benjamite, I believe his name was Shimei.
Yeah.
That he, you know, when David was on the run from his son Absalom, you know, he was in the wilderness, and you know, you had King David, you had his men, and you know, his family along with him. You had this wicked Benjamite, you know, Shimei, throwing rocks at King David, cursing at King David the whole time he was on the run, man. You know, and one of King David's mighty men, like, "Oh, King, do you hear what he's saying to you? Like, man, let me go cut off his head real quick." And King David said, "Nah, bro, chill. The Lord put it up." And King David rebuked him. He rebuked his mighty man. Like, bro, like, what the fuck you talking about, man? The Lord put on his heart to curse me. If the Lord put on his heart to curse me, let him curse me, man. You know? Now, but to say all that, he still got paid back.
Yeah.
He didn't get paid back by David, but he got paid back by Solomon. Because before King David, you know, had you know, gave up the ghost, he pretty much, it was kind of like the Godfather. He wrote out the hit list. You know, he told Solomon, like, "Listen, my son, you know, don't let this nigga Shimei's head go down in the grave without blood." You see, so he got paid back, but David showed that meekness. You see, and he just waited on the Lord to work his work, man. And once again, that's the fruit of the spirit. There's a lot of motherfuckers we want to pay back right now. People that cross us wrong. You see, now we may not get them right now, but in due time we will. So we gotta be obedient. Right. 2 Corinthians the 10th chapter says, once your obedience is fulfilled, that's when the Lord will allow us to revenge. Man.
That's one of my favorite precepts.
I'm in the season for everything. You know, we brought this on the account yesterday. Scripture says, Zephaniah the 3rd chapter, "Wait ye upon me until I rise thee up to the prey." You know what I'm saying? It's just a waiting game, you know. And we also mentioned yesterday accounts that if you don't wait upon the Lord, you don't have faith in the prophecies. You see, because the scriptures say Habakkuk the 2nd chapter, it's appointed for a time. You see, the prophecies, you know, though it tarry, wait for it. You know what I'm saying? So if you're trying to force the Lord's hand, or if you're trying to take vengeance into your own hand, you don't have faith in the prophecies.
Now look at the Sakar. Yeah, that's basically what their whole MO was about. Forcing the Lord's hand. Yeah. But let's finish that out. Let's finish that later.
Says thus. Hold on 1 second. Says thus, meekness, and here's the point. Meekness towards evil people means knowing that Yahweh Shai is permitting what you were just talking about. He's permitting the injuries they inflict.
Yes, your baby mama doing you wrong. The Lord put up on her spirit to do that. You know? Or even okay, making it closer to home, the Lord can put a spirit upon a brother, you know, to maybe say something that rubs you the wrong way, you know. But it's ultimately the Lord to test your spirit, man. You see, there's gonna be particular things all of us may say or do that may kind of rub each other the wrong way. Like, what are you talking about? You know? But the Lord is the Lord trying to see our integrity, man. You know, every day the Lord is doing an integrity test on us, man.
It goes back into that point that you mentioned. we're all different. We come from all different walks of life, but we're trying to fit into the Lord's. We're trying to, we're trying to fit into this thing. We're trying to mold, likewise with our brothers.
God's meekness towards the evil people means knowing how much Mashah is permitting the injuries they inflict. Here's the point, that he is using them to purify his elect.
Ooh, that's the fire. When people treat us wrong, that's the fire. That purifies us. So the Lord is using these particular situations to purify us. You see, to pretty much purge that old nigga out, because the old nigga will react right then and there. Go ahead.
He says, purifies his elect, and he will deliver his elect in his time.
Man, see?
So ultimately, as the scripture talked about, it's like, the Lord's going to ultimately, we wait patiently. The Lord's going to do the exalting. What's the ultimate exaltation? Being a new body, salvation, rulership, sovereignty. Jake wanted on this side in this world. Fuck this world, man. That's where the true riches, that's where the true exalting comes from. Yahweh, man. But we must wait on him and endure this, man. Ultimately, bro.
So you had something a lot?
Just like you was talking about King David, and we know through the Spirit how King David was Moses, right? But this is what the scriptures say about Moses. It says, Numbers 12:3. Now the man Moses was very meek above all the men which were upon the face of the earth. Moses was the meekest man in the earth. And then when you read Sirach 45.
Well, if I can add, for the context of that chapter, the beginning of that chapter, his own sister was talking shit against him because he married, a different, nationality of a woman. I believe, what was her name? Miriam.
Yeah.
No, that was his sister's name. But he married a Cushite, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, his sister was talking shit, but Moses, he kept it cool.
Yeah.
Like, because you gotta imagine, bro, that goes to show you the Lord truly deprives women of wisdom, man. Like, bro, you just seen your brother just put his staff in the Red Sea, split the Red Sea. He brought down all these plagues upon Egypt, and you gonna talk shit against him? But Moses didn't say nothing when she said all that. Yeah. He was meek. He was like, all right, hey, we're gonna see what the Lord says, man. And what the Lord do to her. He made her leprous and cast her out the congregation for a little season, man.
And she was also envious of the fact that the Lord was dealing directly with Moses. Like the Lord, it said that he spoke face to face with him as a friend speaker. Like that was the relationship that they had. She wanted that relationship. And we got siblings too. That's the spirit being talking about this, man. We got siblings too that envy us. We are the favorites of the family. I know that's the consensus amongst most brothers. We're the favorite children of the family. And we're the favorite children of the family of the Lord. We're the favorite ones. We're the chosen. Lord willing, we're the chosen ones. I believe, Lord willing, we're the chosen ones, man. We're the elect. So like of course there's gonna be hate within the family. Of course they ain't gonna like us. Just as during the 12 tribes, what they tried to take Joseph out, And I mean, shoot, all odds was against him, but the Lord still made that way. They still bowed down to him in righteousness.
Real quick, let's finish that Galatians, then we'll get close precept. Where we at, bro?
On Galatians?
No, the minute mark.
Hour 29.
Okay, let's finish Galatians.
Galatians chapter 5, verse 23 says, meekness, temperance, against such there is no law. And
temperance is self-control. Just because an opportunity presents itself, doesn't necessarily mean you got to jump on it. That's something that, once again, the spirit has to cultivate. Knowing when to strike, when not to strike. And anything that may be pleasurable. You see, just because it's lawful doesn't mean it's expedient. Right? Shut up. That's what discernment comes. Yeah, eating, it could go to your diet. You can eat lamb, you can eat chicken, but if you eat too much anything, it's gonna fuck you up. Okay, women, okay, she ain't got no man, and she free game. But if you abuse that shit, now it gets in the way of the ministry. Okay, well, you're going off. Same thing with drinking. All these plethora of examples. You can think about. See, so that goes into the fruits of the spirit, having that temperance, self-control, discipline. You got it.
Verse 24. Galatians chapter 5, verse 24, it says, and they that are Hamashiach have crucified the flesh with the affections and lust.
And that's a daily fight. That's a daily endeavor. Every morning, the Lord blesses us, you know, to wake up and still be in this truth, it's another day to mortify this fucking flesh, man. And it don't feel good, you know, denying what you want to do every day. You see, but then it starts to get to a point where it becomes just second nature, it becomes, you know, a lifestyle. Yeah. But there's still particular things that the Lord will test you on, just to see, you know, your integrity, to see how serious you are about it. And the closer we get, you know, to Jacob's trouble, the more inconvenient it's going to be a follower of Yahweh Shah. See, right now, it's right now it's a little convenient, while you still have, you know, lights, running water, you know, car, gas, grocery stores. See, but in order to continue to be a follower of Yahweh Shah, Esau is going to make a conscious effort to make it more. He's going to make it inconvenient. See, he's going to exclude you out of society. See, if you don't have that charagma. See, but once again, the fruits of the spirit is what's basically going to be the stability of our time, man. See, go ahead.
God, verse 25, it says, if we live in the spirit, let us also walk in the spirit. Let us not be desirous of vainglory, provoking one another, envying one another.
Right. So what? Being humble. See, when you walk in the spirit, okay, you're not seeking for vainglory. You're not seeking for glory on the side. Okay, you're in this thing knowing that you're called to be servants. See? So yeah, that's it. So yeah, whatever brothers got, we're gonna end it up.
This is pretty much like
we just get two and we'll end it up.
This pretty much is it's a beautiful example of exercising the fruits of the spirit. It's just 1 Peter 1:5-8. Besides this, giving all diligence, and add to your faith virtue, and virtue knowledge, knowledge temperance, and to temperance you get, brother, and to temperance patience, and to patience godliness, and to godliness brotherly kindness, and to brotherly kindness charity. For if these things be in you and abound, they will make you that ye shall neither be barren nor fruitful.
Yeah, so if they're in you and they abound, man, they multiply. Right. That's what it's all about, man, being more fruitful, right, as each day passes.
Right. All these characteristics are characteristics of a brother that's exercising the fruits of the spirit, man. You know, Scripture talks about, you know, there's no love greater than one that's willing to die for his brother. I'm sure we can all look at each other face to face and say, we all willing to do that for one another because we know what's ahead, right? So exercising these fruits and these obviously attributes, this gives us access to the kingdom. This gave us access to Yahweh Shah, man, ultimately, man. So, you know, keeping that in the forefront of our mind, especially in this, you know, we're escaping the corruption, as Scripture talks about when we read up, you know, by exercising these things. So just keeping that in the forefront of our minds daily. Even when we fight, we may have certain issues and stuff, like you said, fast, pray, do what you need to do, brother. You know, but just, you know, endure, ultimately. All right.
That's it. Yeah, man. Thanks for that. You know, we hope you was edified. The next time we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh. And give double honor to our beloved apostle, Great Millstone, walk of above. Shalom.